It's like a free ride when you're already there. Isn't it Ioniq? Don't you think? Well, not quite a free ride, but with 300 miles of range and an accessible price, it definitely gets you a lot of bang for your buck. It has the power, smarts, and capabilities that should make it a strong contender among other electric SUVs. So what is the Hyundai Ioniq 5? Well, it's not an ancient Greek heist movie. The Ioniq name has been kicking around for a while, much like how Genesis used to be in the Hyundai lineup. We'll be seeing the Ioniq name more in the coming years, with the Ioniq 6, a Sonata-sized sedan, coming in 2022, and the larger Ioniq 7 SUV in 2024, which will be a 3-row midsize SUV. No, they did not call them the Doric or Corinthian. Boom! Column humor. They said it couldn't be done.
Stop it.
You stop it. As always, hit the like and subscribe button below to get all of the latest Edmunds videos, and head over to edmunds.com/sellmycar to get a cash offer on your vehicle. The Ioniq 5 is about the size of the Hyundai Tucson or Honda CR-V, but the wheels have been pushed much further apart, giving it a very long 118-inch wheelbase. That's longer than the Hyundai Palisade and should give us a lot of space on the inside, but we'll get to that in a bit. As for the competition, the Ioniq 5 will go up against the likes of the Mustang Mach-E, the new VW ID.4, and Nissan Ariya. When the Ioniq 5 goes on sale in the fall, it will initially only go on sale in 19 states, listed here or here. The rest of the country should see them in dealerships sometime in 2022. Built into the floor of the Ioniq 5 is a 77.4 kilowatt-hour battery pack that is paired with a single motor for rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive with a second motor. With that single motor, power is rated at 225 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. All-wheel drive increases output to 320 horsepower and 446 pound-feet of torque, which should get to 60 miles an hour in around 5 seconds. The rear-wheel drive model is the range leader in the lineup, with Hyundai estimating 300 miles on a single charge. All-wheel drive should still return between 269 miles, depending on which trim you get. Those figures are marginally better than the ID.4 and comparable to some of the entry-level Mustang Mach-E models, both in terms of power output and range. All Ioniq 5 models will come standard with DC fast charge capabilities. Hyundai estimates at its peak you can get from 10% to 80% capacity in only 18 minutes. Now, if you're pressed for time, you can replenish about 68 miles in only 5 minutes. With the more common level 2 chargers, it should take under 7 hours to get a full charge from empty. In person, the Ioniq 5 is striking. This rounded clamshell hood is distinctive as it stops abruptly right at this grille. The overhanging brow gives it the front, that aggressive kind of look that I find so attractive in the Dodge Challenger, and these squared off accent lines lend it even more personality. I'm not such a fan of this triangular design underneath, but perhaps I'll like it in a different color. On the side, this sharp creased character line really lets the Ioniq 5 stand out. I think it's a neat way to divide the front sections and rear sections. And these flush-mounted door handles, they also maintain the clean lines while also improving aerodynamics. And these 20-inch wheels are also designed to cut down on turbulence. Overall, it's a really evocative execution, but as is common with many Hyundai vehicles, I feel like the designers went just a half step too far. And these horizontal strakes here on the bottom of the door seem out of place to me. I think it would look a little bit cleaner without them. Those strakes also show up in the back bumper here, and I think they're just as awkward. That's too bad because I really like the rest of the design back here. These pixelated LED lights and the sharp creases all come together to form a fundamentally attractive appearance. While we're back here, let's talk about cargo. Behind the rear seats, you have 27.2 cubic feet. Fold them flat, and you get 59.3 cubic feet. That's pretty good, but a lot of the other SUVs this size have significantly more cargo capacity. There's also a tiny frunk, which may be suitable for something like a charge cable. As far as towing capacity goes, it maxes out at 1,500 pounds. That's pretty light and limits you to the smallest trailers from U-Haul, and you'll still have to pay attention to how much weight you add to them. But enough of the outside, let's get inside. The clean styling carries over to the interior with an open, airy, and simple approach. The dash seems to have been inspired by Mercedes-Benz, and that's a compliment. These twin displays look great. Many of the materials used inside are also eco-friendly too, with recycled and sustainable materials. A head-up display is also available and includes some augmented reality overlays for turn-by-turn navigation. To the left of the instrument panel is this board that you can stick stuff to, like messages with a magnet. Is that useful? Maybe, but something that is really useful is the inclusion of in-car payments via Zevo. That means you can pay for a charge, tolls, takeout, and parking without having to pull out your wallet or dig through your purse. The Ioniq 5 takes a more realistic approach to driving aids too. The Highway Driving Assist 2 system combines adaptive cruise control and lane centering to reduce the burden on the driver on specific roads. It's not a self-driving system though, because it still requires your hands on the wheel and your eyes on the road. Other advanced safety features are all standard, and items like a blind spot camera, surround view monitor, and remote parking assist are included with the top limited trim. I find that blind spot camera a little more distracting than helpful though. I prefer just the conventional blind spot monitor with lights and beeps. And one thing I noticed while I'm sitting in the driver's seat is the floor is perfectly flat, and that's actually really helpful if sometimes you need to get out on the passenger side. But I see a potential problem there with stuff rolling around and possibly getting lodged underneath the pedal, so might want to keep an eye on that. It's something that you don't have to deal with regular cars that kind of have that big tunnel going from front to back. Now you also notice that there's some paddle shifters here, even though this is an EV. Those adjust the brake regeneration, and you can also use this as a one pedal drive mode. So that means, like any EV, you have that wonderful feeling of just kind of easing off the throttle and coming to a complete stop. And we also have this sliding center console here with a huge bin for handbags or shopping bags. Your usual kind of under bin here, a wireless phone charger, and it slides back and forth 5.5 inches so that your rear passengers can use that storage. But let's find out for ourselves. When I was sitting in the driver's seat, it was set for someone much taller than I. I'm 5'10" and I fit fine back here. Plenty of headroom, and I get a decent amount of support under the seat cushions here. Now they coved out those front seats, so I have tons of knee room and a lot of space underneath the seat as well for my feet. But what's this? A power outlet? The Ioniq 5 has vehicle-to-load capabilities, which means you can provide power while you're out and about. Okay, that's not all that new, but the charge port on the outside is way more interesting. With the adapter, you can supply power to larger items like electric scooters, bikes, and camping equipment. The kicker is you can also come to the rescue of other EV drivers and give them a charge if they're stranded. So, what do you think? Things are certainly looking up for this Ioniq 5. It has the power, smarts, and capabilities that should make it a strong contender among other electric SUVs. Of course, we won't know for sure until we get to drive it for ourselves, so keep checking back here for all the latest reviews. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit subscribe and head over to Edmunds.com for all your car shopping needs.
It's like rain.